Let's move on to the next topic, Unterrichtspraktikum. This chapter has got only 2 topics with respect to exam preparation. The rest is just a guidance for conducting the Unterrichtspraktikum. Let's see those 2 relevant points for the exam in the next slide. First topic is Progression des Unterrichtspraktikum. So whenever a practicum is being conducted, you just don't put the new teacher directly to test, but you execute a progressive way of teaching. So on the left you have the progression Stufe, a short description, and then on the right you have the responsible person for that particular progression phase. First one is Unterrichtsbeobachtung. So the new teacher will be now doing a Beobachtung with help of videos that were recorded first up, and then they will be brought under a Begleitlehrer or a supervising lehrer with whom he or she will visit the classroom and do Beobachtung. That's called as Beobachtung durch Hospitation, and to execute this the new teacher will use a Beobachtungsbogen. The responsibility of planning the classroom and also guiding the new teacher will be with the Begleitlehrer. Then you have something called as micro teaching or team teaching. In this case, of the planned 45 minutes or 1 hour, the new teacher will handle a 10 to 15 minute Unterrichtsphase. The Begleitlehrer will help in the planning of that particular phase. So that way the classroom is still under the responsibility of the Begleitlehrer, and the new lehrer will be responsible for his 10 to 15 minutes contents. Then you have something called as Lehrversuche. This is where the new teacher gets to plan and execute the full Unterricht, but in this case the Begleitlehrer will still be helping or assisting the new teacher. Thereby the responsibility of planning and executing now more depends on the new teacher rather than the Begleitlehrer. Finally we have Lehrprobe or the test itself. Here the planning and the execution will be conducted by the new teacher without any assistance from the Begleitlehrer. That way the full responsibility is with the new lehrer. So when somebody asks in the exam what are the Progressionsstufe to a Lehrprobe, then you basically list out these points and give the short description. Then we have the Bewertungskriterien einer Lehrprobe. How to assess a teacher execution of a class which has been planned and executed without the help of the Begleitlehrer. The first factor is Lehrskizze. The Lehrskizze must have selected the target, the contents and the material according to the age group or the correct group. Learn group, basically age, their level of knowledge, etc. It must have a logical and an interesting construction. It must have lot of methods, and the timing should be properly planned. It must have enough lehrer and learner activity. It should have different social form implementation possibility and usage of media, CD, cassette, tape recorder, DVD, etc. The next factor is Unterrichtsdurchführung, how the class is executed. So you must reach the learning target. The class must be executed with the students at the center. You must have some handlungsorientierte Aufgabe, small project tasks, I would say. Then you must be able to execute or implement what you have planned, and if there are Abweichungen, then you must have a Abweichung or Ausweisungsstrategie in place. How does the teacher motivate and activate the students also plays a key important role. What are all the visualization techniques the teacher uses, and what are all the different methodische didaktische concept the student are being fed by the teacher is also an important factor to consider. Then you have Lehrverhalten, teacher's behavior. How does the teacher has arranged or organized the atmosphere in the Unterrichtsklasse? How good are the Arbeitsanweisungen? The tips, are they easy, short, sweet, understandable? All those factors take into play. Lehrersprache, how is the teacher's German and the body language? Does the teacher execute any Korrekturphase? How does she correct? Does she do direct Korrektur, indirect Korrektur? All those stuff. The final factor is Unterrichtsreflexion in der Nachbesprechung. Once the teacher has executed the class, the teacher must be presenting the Unterrichtsablauf to the so-called Begleitlehrer or any other experts. He or she should be able to estimate their performance a bit. So say, okay, this I covered, this I didn't cover, and all those things. And he or she must be in a position to learn from the teaching experience which they never had right now. These are now the final 3 points in the last factor. This basically shows how good is the teacher willing to learn from the teaching experience which he or she has just now acquired.
With that, the chapter comes to an end. Please feel free to like, subscribe and comment to the channel. If you have any questions, then contact me via email or put down your comments and I'll be able to reply. Thank you.